to be seen as losing it too. Not our stories, not our languages, not our memory, and definitely not ourselves. Beyond the recognition and restoration of identity, we have a responsibility to assign value to our culture and deploy it deliberately. We must own our stories, and we must be the first to benefit from who we are as Ghanaians, as Africans. For too long, culture has been treated as heritage alone. It is heritage, yes, but it is also industry. It is employment. It is intellectual property. It is tourism, it is technology, it is export, and it is economic power. At Dadekrama, we believe Africa's stories are among some of the greatest untapped resources on earth. Not because they are ancient, which they are, but also because they are still alive within all of us. Our first literary work is many things, as I'm sure some of you are getting an idea already. To some, it will be an adventure. To others, it will be a meditation on memory, identity, destiny, and loss. It may take some to places both distant and familiar. It may even blur the lines a bit between what is real and what is fiction. For me, however, it is first and foremost an answer. An answer to the questions: where are your heroes? And where are their stories? This is a product of years of searching, years of sacrifice and doubt and perseverance. It is also a declaration. It is a reclamation as well. And it is an invitation to all of you here and those who may be watching across the world. We at Dadekrama envision this work as more than just a novel, more than just a story to be printed and sold. We see it as one key among many. A key capable of helping unlock the vault of Ghana's creative economy. We all know our creative economy is valuable, but we have argued on how to unlock the value within our creative industry. A sovereign resource base, this is what we believe the creative economy is. And it is a resource base that may one day rival the great industries upon which this nation has long depended. Tonight, I stand before you with our first answer. I give you the first and hopefully of many. I give you AMANE ADESA of monsters and gods. Thank you. Our birthright. A long time ago now, someone asked me a very profound question. He asked, where are your heroes? Where are their stories? And just a few days ago, I watched Nikisha Birchall. This is a member of parliament and shadow minister for culture and the creative industries in the Jamaican culture, the Jamaican parliament. She rose to speak, but she chose to begin in Patois, which I thought was their language. She was stopped. Yeah. The rules of the house apparently did not allow. I will come back here.
Ms. Mark, that was a very good and powerful presentation you did. God bless you. Now we are moving on. I would like to ask if we have reps from these institutions.
The book is for us, it's for Africans. And it was written specifically from the African perspective and also based on the African continent. So it's a reimagination of all the kingdoms that you already know. The kingdoms, some are still existing today. We've just reimagined how we are now as a people and how we could be thousands of years in the future if we are to, quote unquote, go back to our roots, to what we know, to our stories, to our narratives. And so this is what AMANE ADESA is all about. It's a tale of us humans, humanity. And we believe the human story began here in Africa. It began here on this continent. And so it makes sense that it needs to be reimagined for a future. 24 chapters, we have an epilogue, we have a prologue, we have 2 interludes, and we have an extensive glossary of new words that maybe the international community is not so conversant with. But then we've taken the time to explain them. We've taken the time to create a very comprehensive glossary. So anyone who picks up the book can have a fully immersive experience without feeling that they are missing out on it. Of course, if you understand the local languages, like if you speak Ga or speak Ewe or speak Akan, you are able to get a bit more than somebody else who doesn't speak these languages. So like I said, this is for us, by us. Yes. A lot of Ghanaians can tell you that they enjoy stories, but which stories do they enjoy really? Which stories do they consume? Which narratives do they allow to enter into their imagination? When you look at it, a lot of them are imported. A lot of them are from other cultures, other worldviews, other perspectives. So this gives the Ghanaian reader a perspective that they may not even be aware of their own culture, of their own history, of their own stories. And we believe truly that if stories are told this way by us and for us, yes, it would have a much more lasting impact than the imported ones that we consume here. And so, some people claim, and those who have reviewed this book, think that it may be a bit too late for your generation to actually embrace this work of art. So they see it as something that it's actually for the next generation. I disagree. Yes, I think that this is also for those who are and have, even if they've consumed other books, they'll find something unique here. They'll find something truly their own that they can't find in other works of literature out there in the world. Yes. Well, it depends on who the reader is. If the reader is Ghanaian, they should buy the book, because when they do, they will realize that our stories rival any of the stories they have out there. They will realize that our gods, our history, our heroes, they rival any. I heard someone talking about Thor and Zeus, and I can tell you for a fact there are African gods that will put all those other characters to shame. But Africans and Ghanaians need to be able to find these characters, to be able to embrace it. I believe we are bringing all of this together in one little package for them. They don't have to search too much like I did. They don't have to look everywhere like I did to try and find something that speaks for them, that speaks about them. We've brought it all. And so for the international community, if they also want to know about us, they want to know about what makes us us, our stories, our histories, then they have to read AMANE ADESA of Monsters and Gods. Thank you. Last words. Well, I think there is a misconception about art and heritage here. We call it culture. All of us call it culture. We say for the culture, for the culture. We are doing this for the culture. And we say it without adding value to it. that the grammar is trying to add value to our culture, trying to add value to our stories, trying to add value to our history, so that we don't just say we are Ghanaians. We don't just say that, oh, I'm from here and there, but we actually benefit from who we are and where we come from. As whether you are an Akan, we are all Ghanaians. And we all have individual, unique stories that we can tell, and together it becomes one full story like you have in AMANE ADESA. Thank you.
Well. The few things said about the book alone tells a lot. It is telling me it's going to be an interesting book. And the way the voice read it, frankly, I would even prefer, going on the app and listening to it rather than having the book and reading it. Because it is interesting to hear it read the way, the voice did it. Sometimes when you want to relax, you have even a good book. When somebody is, telling you about the book, you feel better, getting a better understanding of the book than even you reading it. So frankly, I'm saying that I would prefer even listening to it on the app rather than, getting the book in my library. It's a well-written book. I can feel it. A well-written book. If you hear somebody make a lot of noise about certain things in life, certain things about Africa in particular, then you must know where the person is coming from. He might have read widely, he might have learned a lot of things before putting such a book together. I believe the book is going to be a damn good book. That's all I can say about the book. The group is fighting for, Africa unity. Better comments begin and close when I say Africa unity. In whatever we do, and with the creative arts in particular, we have what we call the African Monologue Challenge going on now. And they're coming from all parts of Africa to Ghana. It started 3 years ago. And the ultimate is that we'll see creatives from all or many African countries performing in one big film. That is where we want to begin the whole thing. So getting somebody to talk about Africa, our own story, Ghana, our own story, it's a big part of the bag. You and I must now sit and dialogue and find a way forward. You see, we are too full of ourselves, I must confess. Everybody is like, if it's not me, it can't be anybody. With that, we will be at one place, we will mark time, we take a step forward, we take 2 steps back. That's what is going to happen. So, see, when there are good ideas, let's just embrace the ideas and, move. If we go and we all go and hit the wall and we see, we didn't start it well, we go back and we restart the whole thing and we move forward again. But it's like, if it's not me who's going to lead this, then forget it. It is not fine. It is not fine. It's our time we all sat and give ourselves some talking. So